Hey everybody, welcome back to Be Better on Purpose with Dr. Darryl L. Jones. I will bless the Lord at all times, and His praise shall continually be in my mouth. My soul shall make its boast in the Lord, and the humble shall hear and be glad. Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt God's name together, for this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Thank you so much for tuning in to Be Better on Purpose with Dr. Darryl L. Jones. I'm so excited and delighted that you have tuned in to watch these videos. So please hit that subscribe button, hit the like, leave comments, and share this and all our videos with your family and your friends. Today, I want to talk about teaching on purpose. By now, most of the schools have opened up for the new school year, and I want to remind us and encourage us and appreciate all of us who are involved in the process of educating our people to teach on purpose. And when I think about the teachers who made a difference in my life, I realized they were all positive. And I just want to call out some of the teachers that I had the privilege and honor of being able to receive their energy, their care, and their purpose. I don't think it's a secret to anybody who knows me, who knows my favorite teacher is Miss Laverne White. Miss Laverne White was my favorite teacher of all time. She eventually became my senior high school counselor, but if you know me and you've been around me long enough, you know by far she's my favorite high school teacher. But I had some wonderful and outstanding high school teachers in addition to Miss White, and let me just share a few of them with you. Miss Cora Foster, Coach Carl Hill, Coach Erskine Bozeman, Mr. Lawrence Johnson, Mr. Charlie McClendon, Mr. Clifford Thomas, Sergeant Clarence Jasper, Sergeant John Perry, Dr. Norris L. Hogan, Dr. Carrie Hope, Dr. A.L. Jesse Jr., and a whole bunch of other encouraging, motivating teachers that I was privileged to have at Carver High School in Atlanta, Georgia. These teachers encouraged me to be my best. Years later, as I think about the impact these teachers had on my life, it's clear that being a positive educator not only makes you better, it makes everyone around you better. Positive educators have the power to transform lives and inspire young minds to believe they can and will change the world. So I want to leave and share with you 6 ways we all can choose to be involved in the positive education of teaching on purpose. And the first key to being a positive educator is be positively contagious. Research shows that emotions are contagious. Sincere smiles, kind words, encouragement, and positive energy infect people in a positive way. On the flip side, your students are just as likely to catch your bad mood as the coronavirus. So each day you come to school, you have a choice. You can be a germ, or you can be a huge dose of vitamin C. When you choose to be positively contagious, your positive energy has a positive impact on your students, your colleagues, and ultimately your school's culture. Do you know your students will remember very little of what you said, but they will remember 100% of how you made them feel? I remember Miss White and all the great feelings I get when I think about how she made me feel. Point 2 to being a teacher on purpose is celebrate success. One of the simplest, most powerful things you can do for yourself and your students is to celebrate your daily successes. So instead of thinking of all the things that went wrong at school each day, focus on the one thing that went right. Try this. Each night before you go to bed, think about the one great thing about your day. If you do this, you will look forward to creating more success tomorrow. And also, have your students do this as well. Each night, they should go to bed feeling like a success, and they will wake up with more confidence on taking care of tomorrow when tomorrow gets here. The third key to teaching on purpose: expect to make a difference. When positive educators walk into their classrooms, they expect to make a difference in their students' lives. As a matter of fact, making a difference is the very reason why they became a teacher in the first place. And this purpose continues to fuel them and their teaching. They come to school each day thinking of ways they can make a difference and expecting that their actions and lessons will lead to positive outcomes for their students. First, they win in their mind, and then they win in the hearts and mind of their students. The fourth key to teaching on purpose: believe in your students more than they believe in themselves. I don't know what it was about me that allowed Miss White to approach me on this one day in particular of my senior year of high school. I was on the campus and I was just really goofing off. I was in the job work program, which meant I was supposed to came to school the first half of the day and went to my job the second half of the day, because I had completed all the course requirements for the most part for me to graduate from high school, so I was enrolled in a work program. But because I didn't have a job at the time, I hung out on campus, I stayed around in the band room, and I just did stuff just to keep from going home and to possibly leave campus and probably get into more trouble. But one day, Miss White saw me just goofing off, and she asked me, she said, "Where are you supposed to be?" And I said, I stuttered and didn't have a good excuse, and I really didn't want to lie because lying wasn't a thing I pretty much did anyway. So she said, "Come follow me." So I followed her to her office and she sat me down. She said, "So what are you doing?" And I said, "Well, I'm supposed to be in the work program, but since I'm not working, I stay up to the school until time for band practice." After she found out that I really didn't have anything scheduled for at least 3 hours, she made me her office assistant, which meant that gave me responsibilities for doing light office duties, running errands, and pretty much staying in the office doing my homework for my other courses and keeping me out of trouble. But one day, as the semester would go on, she asked me had I completed my financial aid papers and all of my college admission forms and things, and I would always tell her I would get to it, I would work on it tomorrow, or not yet, or some story that wasn't really being bought by her anyway. But one day, she decided she would clear her schedule and allow enough time to sit with me as we sat down and filled out paper after paper after paper of financial aid forms, college admission forms, and all these other forms I needed to go to college. It was because of that one day that we sat in her office and filled out all these financial aid forms. I had got accepted into several schools. I had so much money in financial aid that I went my entire undergraduate career without paying a penny of tuition, fees, or dues. Do you know that I received so much funds that I was getting refunds every semester in the thousands of dollars? I learned how to fill out my financial aid papers by observing how she filled it out, and I kept the copies she filled out, and I pretty much duplicated them until I learned exactly what I was putting on the forms. But it was all because of Miss White caring enough to keep me out of trouble, get me out of the hallways when I shouldn't have been there, and she showed care by allowing me to be her assistant and learn how to do office tasks. Do you know those skills I learned working in her office carried me all the way through undergrad, where I decided I would major in business administration? Do you know that when I got into the workforce, I had office skills already in place just by being in her office? So thank you, Miss White, for believing in me, and not only me, because I found out that same care she gave me, she gave to a lot of other students. So I thought I was special. And yes, I was special, but she made a lot of us feel like that. The next step into teaching on purpose is develop positive relationships. I pretty much just communicated in step number 4 about the positive relationship that Miss White developed with me. There's a pastor here in the Atlanta area by the name of Andy Stack, who once said, rules without relationship leads to rebellion. Do you know that there are far too many principals who share rules with their teachers and their staff, but they don't develop relationships with them? And far too many teachers, they do the same thing. They share rules and information with students and parents, but don't develop relationships with them. To develop positive relationships, you need to enhance communication, build trust, listen to them, make time for them, recognize them, show them you care through your actions. The 6th and final key to teaching on purpose is show you care. As a matter of fact, I really didn't have to communicate this after all the other steps I've already communicated. But the best educators stand out by showing their students, by showing their colleagues, by showing parents that they care about them. Teamwork is enhanced when educators know and care about one another. Parents are more supportive when educators communicate with their students' parents timely and caring. So create your own unique way to show your students, show your colleagues, show your parents, and show your community that you care about them, and you will not only feel more positive yourself, but you will develop positive students who create a more positive world for all of us. Do you know, because of teachers like Miss White and others, that when I had the privilege of teaching years ago, I remembered some of the things that they poured into me? Do you know, when I became a professor, teaching as an adjunct professor at a local university here in the Metro Atlanta area, I remember some of the things that was poured into me through my teachers that I had when I was coming through. So teaching is important. I still remember most of the students I taught. As a matter of fact, some are watching these videos that I send out every week. As a matter of fact, some are on my social media pages with me, where we are following one another, where we like and comment on each other's videos and social media pages. As a matter of fact, I even have some students that are my neighbors who live nearby me. So when we teach, we must teach on purpose, not only for now, but for our future. So let us remember, we all are teachers. We all teach in our communities, in our jobs, in our churches and civic organizations. So let us teach on purpose. As a matter of fact, what I do right now in these videos is teaching, coaching, mentoring, motivating, inspiring, and I do this because I care. So let us all teach on purpose. Thank you so much for tuning in to Be Better on Purpose with Dr. Darryl L. Jones. Hit the subscribe button, ring that notification bell so you can be made aware of this and all of the videos that we put out on our YouTube and all our other social media pages. Like this video, leave comments, share this video and other videos with your family and your friends. Well, until we're together again, be better on purpose with Dr. Darryl L. Jones.